Can you and I have a conversation together based on respect and mutual love and understanding? Just go on a journey with me. You see, I proudly represent the American flag back there. I was born in India and raised in a trailer park in Southern California. And in the American trailer park I was raised in, I was the only Indian kid in there. And I was always around different cultures and different people. Black people, white people, Hispanics, Filipinos. You didn't really know what their religion or their politics were. You just knew them. They lived in the same community of 500 homes. And you had families that grew up together. Can we have a conversation, you and I, about what is an illegal immigrant? I didn't know what an illegal immigrant was when I lived in a trailer park. We had probably many of them. But what is it? Right? Like, if we just look at the humanitarian need of a human escaping somewhere, looking for a better place to go for their families, and they see it every day, America, the land of the free and brave and beautiful. If you were in their position, would you do the same? I think I would. I'd probably leave and try to escape and break in, right? Because I'm escaping something very terrible. And I see the time is ticking for everybody. We're all going to get older and die. So these parents, do you blame them for bringing their kids here innocently? What is an illegal immigrant? Lincoln Riley, that was so tragic. She didn't have to die. That was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking, and that should have never happened. Are all illegal immigrants the same? If the actions of one, do they encounter for the actions of all? What about the DACA students that have been here for 30 years? They came in innocent kids. They pay their taxes. They work in your communities. Some of these homes are built off the labor of illegal immigrants. These corporations hire cheaper labor as construction workers. The California farms where the berries and oranges we have, those are picked by the labor of illegal immigrants. So what is an illegal immigrant? Is someone who came here illegally? Man, that's a tough one, right? Life is not black and white. It's always so nuanced. So nuanced. So can we have a conversation where I get to understand and you get to understand, and we can somehow find humanity and mercy and compassion and respect and still going and abiding by laws? Because then the argument is, hey man, there's people here waiting to come to this country legally that ain't got in. I understand that too. Because I was one of them. My mom was one of them. But when you see like ICE agents going inside of Walmarts, schools, waiting in front of bus stops of kids, that's really happening. And think about what happens to these kids. What happens to their parents when they're separated? The trauma that they're going to end up facing, the horror. What would Jesus do? I love Jesus, right? Read the Bible. What would Jesus do? I really want to know. What do you think Jesus would do? I think Jesus will weep. I think he'd weep at all of it. He'd weep at the person who killed Lincoln Riley just as much as I think Jesus would weep snatching kids away from their parents. So what is an illegal immigrant? There has to be nuances to everything. I love this country. Most of my friends have different opinions than me, and I love them and they love me. They voted differently. They may have different religious beliefs. They may be more conservative or less conservative. Different, but love them. That's what this country was made for. That's what America was made for, was for love, man. I don't have an answer. I don't have a solution. I'm not trying to be an authority figure. I'm not trying to say, hey, I know the way. I know the answer. I know this is wrong and that's right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, can you and I have a conversation, human to human, based on mutual respect and love? Can you help me understand? Because I'm seeing it on both sides and it's heartbreaking everywhere. Heartbreaking. And I love this country. So the Poet. Peace.